Okay, guys, now it's time to do problem 2. And that, the first part A of problem 2, okay, is going to be find the vertical and horizontal asymptote. So the vertical asymptote is going to be solved by 9 plus 3x, the denominator, equals 0. And that gives me, we'll subtract 9 from both sides. And that's going to give me 3x equals minus 9. And finally, we'll divide both sides by 3 to get x equals minus 3. And 7 minus 6 times minus 3 is 25, which is not 0, so this is a vertical asymptote. Now the horizontal asymptote, we got to, this is a minus 6x, this is a plus 3x, and that's what we're going to have. We're going to have minus 6x. Remember to keep that minus sign, so let me put that in parentheses. Minus 6x divided by 3x. Okay, so remember, there's a minus sign that's preserved here. And that is going to equal, the x's cancel, and we get minus 2. And that's the, okay, let's see, which thing do I have? No, here it is. Okay, that's going to be the horizontal asymptote. And that's part A. Part B. Okay, what's the formula for f of g of x? Well, f of g of x is going to be 7. I'm just going to copy this guy. 7 minus 6 g of x's over 9 plus 3 g of x's. Make sure you put in all g of x's. Which is going to equal, now, instead of g of x, I'm going to put in the formula for g of x. And I got to put it in parentheses. So it's 7 minus 6 times g of x minus 5x minus 2. And this is 9 plus 3 times, and we got to remember to parenthesize that, g of x. Now we distribute on the top and the bottom. So I'm going to take this formula, and I'll distribute the 6. Minus 6 times minus 5 is plus 30x, and minus 6 times minus 2 is plus 12. And on the bottom, plus 3 times minus 5 is minus 15x, and plus 3 times minus 2 is minus 6. Now, I combine the like terms on the top and the bottom, and I get, this becomes 19 plus 30x, and I combine the 7 and the 12. And this 9 minus 6 becomes 3 minus 15x. 3 divides 3 and 15, but it doesn't divide 19, so that's not a common factor. 1 minus 5x doesn't divide this guy either, so this is in lowest terms. So that's my answer to part B. So now we're up to part C. We'll plug f of x into g of x. So I'm going to take g of f of x, which is going to equal this guy, but instead of x, we're going to have f of x. And now I'm going to replace f of x with its formula. So I'm going to take this guy, come on, and put it in where f of x was. So, once again, we make these guys okay, so I'm going to take minus 5 over 1 times that, because it's multiplied by a fraction. This becomes minus 2 over 1. Now, that's going to equal, okay, I'll distribute the minus 5. This becomes minus, so 7. Come on, go there. 7. Oops, where are you? Okay, 7 becomes minus 30. And this becomes plus, and this becomes, oh, that becomes minus 35. This becomes plus 30. So this becomes minus 35 plus 30x. That's what happens when we multiply minus 5 by all of that. That's still there. Okay, so let's get rid of that and that. Good. So we've multiplied the 5 times the minus 5 times the 7 to get minus 5 third, and minus 5 times minus 6 to get plus 30x. Now we've got to take this guy. You can see this guy starting to reach limits as to how much math it wants to do, and common denominator it. So the common denominator is going to be 9 plus 3x. So we're going to get this guy over 2 times 9 plus 3x again. So that puts that. So now they have a common denominator. Now I have to do this multiplication by 2 thing. Okay, so I'm going to say that equals, oops, all right. Be good. That's going to equal that. But now I'm going to multiply say that equals that. Oh. Okay. And that going to equal, we'll multiply this guy off, and that's going to give me 18 plus 6x. And now I combine the numerators. So that gives me minus 35 minus 18 gives me minus 53. And plus 6 plus 30 gives me plus 36. So once again, 3 divides, this is 3 times 3 plus x, but none of those go into the numerator. No 3, not 3 plus x, so this is done. And that is the answer to parts A, B, and C of question 2.